Good morning. Good morning, and welcome back to Scrap and Lizzie Unicorn's um, Zentangle series, which I believe I need to change it to Zentangle and More because I am learning through Zentangle, I'm learning even more about doodling and drawing. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a Zentangle. We're going to do a Zentangle. We're going to learn the Erutat. And I was suggested, I was on my Zentangle yesterday that I did, there was a comment from one of the subscribers, Ebony, that she says, "Have you tried Erutats? It is one of her favorites." And I thought, well, right away, I thought, well, I need to look it up. If it's her favorite, it might turn out to be one of my favorites as well. And so I looked at it and I thought, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And because I've seen this before and I thought, oh, it looks a little hard. I don't know. And I passed it up. And but I thought, well, I'm going to try it since it was suggested. But I want to tell you something else that I'm learning. Um, I'm learning how we can take Zentangle and make it our own. In my mind, for so long, I've been thinking I have to go with the Zentangle, certified Zentangle patterns. And but now I'm knowing that I can think outside of the box or outside of the circle or outside of something and go even further. One thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to make a circle. I have this um, little grid thing that I can use to make my circle. But I have been watching another. Okay, you're going to love, absolutely love. I know without a doubt you're going to love this new person that I'm watching. She's been an artist forever, but the way she works is just exactly how we can understand. And after watching her for a while, I remembered my coloring book that I have called The Secret Garden. It is done by Johanna Basford. Johanna Basford has, and I've been watching her videos for a while before I put the two and two together. That she was the one that um, created this book, The Secret Garden, and I also have this book, The Enchanted Forest. And I think she's also got one that is all on sea life. But she has put in, I mean, oh, I have loved, I have, but look how she put that all thing in a circle and how beautiful that is in that circle. She has, I have, I colored even the cover. Gosh, she's just amazing. Then I realized, let me see, I wrote it down here. It's called Inky Art School by Johanna Basford. I'll have to write that in the description below. Um, the Inky Art School, and she's got, I think, 10 days of the Inky Art School. I think something, I might not be exactly right. But oh my gosh, she puts in little, she's not a Zentangler, she's an Inky art. She does art, she's an artist. Beautiful things. Oh my gosh. And she goes step by step and shows these things. And so I said that before doing this part so that you'll understand a little bit more of what I'm doing. I'm going to start with this. What did I call it? Look, this. Look at that. How pretty. I did this one while on her little Inky. Everything I done on here, I learned on her Inky Art School. Well, so I got Zentangle things in here too, but yeah. And this one too. Um, this is called the Erutat, which I learned from the Tireless Tangler, and and she said that the Erutats comes from the Zentangle that's called statue, and statue spelt backwards is Erutats, and so that's how she got that. So I'm going to show you what she has taught, and I'm going to do mine in a circle. A lot of times people want to do theirs on a square or just on the page or whatever. I'm just going to do mine in the circle because I want to finish my circle. I want to do what I've learned in the circle. Okay, so anyway, the Erutats. Now you will start at the top and just do a swirly all the way to the bottom with these little humps. Now I'm going to do another swirly, and I'm going to kind of flip this one over. So it's kind of mirrored, but I want my, if you see here, my um, bumps are like the same places, my bumps. This one, like she explains, it's really a fun one to use as a edging. If you're going to do a edging down a paper or something, this one is so much fun to do that. Okay, and then you aura those lines, and the aura we know is just to copy the line, so we've got a parallel line almost, and then we're going to aura inside again on the other one. And if you're going down the side of a page, you just go down the whole side of the page. Okay, and then the next thing she says is to use the dips we have in here, and use the dips to make maybe a cluster of leaves. Okay, so I'm going to make a cluster of leaves, or a little half a flower, or the name is escaping me. I can't think of, but just a cluster of leaves in here, and then go into this next dip, and to make a leaf, just my leaves are always shaped different because I don't ever do them the same, and they're kind of like an upside down teardrop. And this is where this the instructions kind of come to a screech and howl. Ooh, that's a funny leaf. Um, and then we're going to do the same thing. Just a minute. Let me try it. I can't think and talk at the same time. But this is one we can really have a lot of fun with. And when you do this one, you don't have to have this space right here. You can actually have these touch. The you can have them touching in the middle. I left some space only because that's just the way it worked out for me. I don't do anything on purpose. And I'm doing my cluster of leaves. Henna Drum. That's what I was trying to think. Henna Drum would be really, really pretty in here too. I love the Henna Drum. I make it look like a sunflower, and I just love it. Okay, now, you know what I should have done was to did that with my pen instead of pencil, my circle. So I'm going to trace over that with my pen now because I want to see that. Okay, I want you to see that I'm doing it in a circle. And so this is basically right here is the Erutats. This is it. Now it's up to you to decorate it or embellish it. Let me have a drink of my coffee here. So one of the things you can do is one of them that I kind of liked is to make I made mine pretty wide. You don't have to make it all this wide, but you can do different things in here. And what I'm going to do is this one, which I know I'm going to be making more. I'm making an oval in the middle of the fattest part there. And then I'm going to make an oval in the middle of this fattest part. And then up here, because I'm up near my circle, I'm going to make a partial oval. Okay, and then this one maybe a little partial oval. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make ovals. And I'm just going to, these are kind of long ovals. But I'm just kind of going as the width of my space and fit them in. And this is going to be a simple one, but in my mind, I've got so many that I want to try different, so many things. Because when I was watching the Tireless Tangler, it was like through my head, it was just going through, oh my gosh, if I did this or if I did that. But, and coming up with different ideas and things I want to try. Okay, so there, now I put my ovals inside here. Now another thing that the Tireless Tangler showed was she auraed around this edge. So she went and just went around and followed the, just go all the way around all of her, the leaves or whatever you've put in there. She showed also a couple other things that you could do inside there. And I love doing it in the circle. I think that doing it in the circle is fun. I see where you can buy actual Zentangle tiles, but like you get like 15 tiles for 20 bucks or something. It's like, no, I don't think so. I'd rather just cut my own out of cardstock or something. And so there I just kind of auraed around the whole thing. And then because I did mine in a circle, excuse me, I am going to put, I'm sorry about that. I am going to put my favorite. I just love doing this henna drum. And what I wind up doing with my henna drum is making it into like a sunflower. Or you can make it in a sunshine, like the sun in the in the corner of your page coming down and spewing sunlight on everything. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm just making my sunflower. Love it, love it, love it. When I do my sunflower, I just put the sunflower seeds in this part. And then I like always to do some tendrils. I just think tendrils are so pretty. And then I'm going to make one up here in this part of my my circle. Now, if you don't have the stencil like that, you know, just you can circle around anything. You know, here's the lid on my coffee cup is round. I could take that, put it down, and just use that as a template for your circle if you want to do a circle. In the henna drum, I did do a video on the henna drum, and it's already posted. But you'll see that you just need that little arch, then you just make the C's around, and then you use the letter C to make your petals. And then there's so many different ways you can use to make the petals. And as you see, my petals are not, anyone doesn't match the other, and that does not matter. And then I just like to make a little slip of a line with a dot, like the letter I, like the lowercase I, put there in the and then a little tendril here, and I'll put a little tendril here. Okay? And look how pretty that is already. Look, I just think that's just beautiful like that. But now this is one that you will want to color. This is another one because, like I've said, I really like getting into coloring. And so I want to color. I want to color. I'm going to I want to color. Let's see. I think I'm going to go in with. I'm going to use my red colored pencil very lightly, and I'm going to go on these edges of my red colored pencil. Let's see. And will I do all of them? Yeah, I'm going to do all of them on this with just the red. And just going on the very edges with the red. Maybe a quarter of the way up, a little bit more, or almost in thirds maybe. And so I leave a third of it, the middle third, sort of. Well, let me see if I get my glasses on. I can do that. I'm getting so aggravated with my eyes lately. Just. Oh. They say being diabetic, you got to be concerned for your eyes, and boy, I sure hope. I hope my eyes aren't. If I lose my eyesight, oh man, that'd be the end of the world. These little ones are really kind of little, and my point is not very sharp on my pencil. Okay, now, now that I did those with that red, I'm going to take then this lighter. It's a pink Pink Rose, it's called. And I'm going to go over that, like using my Pink Rose as a blender. And now I'm coloring the whole thing in, but it blends, it gives it shaded, it gives it that shaded, it looks more rounded. See how it's darker on the outside, and then but it blends together on the inside, so it gives it that more 3D effect maybe. And that's so pretty. So pretty. That is just beautiful. I love that. Okay, and then I'm going to use, I got green here, and I'm going to go at the base of the leaf. I'm going to put a little bit of a darker green. And I'm doing them at the base. And now the colorists will tell you to start with the lighter and go to the darker, but on this particular thing, I'm kind of going from the darker and then going to the lighter. So I don't think there is any like law that we're breaking if we don't do it just like she said. Let me see, and then I want a light green. Oh, this one is very light, pale sage it says. And so I'm going to use this kind of like a blender. And so that I'm going to blend the edge of that dark green and see how it changed by putting the light green and using it actually as a blender, how that just makes it move. It just, you don't then see the change from one color to the other. It actually, it saturates the color enough that it gives you that look of that word I can't think of right now. The yeah, the, well, anyway, it just gets lighter as it goes up. And then I have my leaves. So pretty. Okay, now my leaves are colored. So I have my orbs, or they're not orbs, they're just like shapes that go down the center, and I got them colored, and I got my leaves colored. Now I want my I think I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I'm going to use, let's see, I got so many choices. When you have so many choices, it's, what is this one? I think I'm going to use my Wink of Stella. And I'm digging over here in my Wink of Stella pens. I don't have too many, but what color is this one? That one's more of a yellow. I thought I had an orange one. Okay, I know what I'm going to use. I'm going to use my my Sharpies. I'm going to pull out my Sharpies, and I'm going to get an orange Sharpie. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use my orange Sharpie. Okay, now I'm going to color the petals of my sunflowers. I want them to be orange. I could have done them yellow as well, because sunflowers are actually yellow. But I just wanted something just a little bit more bright. which yellow is bright, but my gosh, I've gotten so much. You know, like I've said many times, I'm almost 71 years old. And all my life, I've really wanted to draw. I and I've tried, and I can't say that I'm real bad, but sure wasn't real good. And since I started playing with the Zentangles and with um, following along with Johanna, I am I am just amazed as to what I can put on a piece of paper. And I think if you watch Johanna uh, with her little program that she's doing, it you will be amazed. For one thing, listening to her, she's so pleasant. She's so pleasant to listen to. She's so fun, and she doesn't, oh, I don't know. She doesn't make you have to have all the perfect products or whatever. She's just a pen and there's ink and a piece of paper, and there you go. And she's so encouraging. And she's also got a Facebook page. I haven't went yet to the Facebook page. I just got so many Facebook pages that I go to already that I kind of get lost because there's so many. And then I got my own that I don't even keep up with very well because it seems like I want to doodle all the time now. And so there, now, look at that, how pretty. And then I think I want to, then I'm going to take like a light, let's see, like a brownish. I'm going to take this, well, that's not brown, it's raspberry. But I'm going to go inside and I'm just going to color in the sunflower seed part. And you can go with you can make a blue sunflower if you want to. It can be whatever color you want it to be. And it seems when I start coloring, when I start the drawing, I want to get color in there right away, even though I'm not finished with the drawing part. Okay, so now I'm going to, now I want to do something with the edgings here. And I think what I want to do, I'm going to go down this first aura part. It's like just a little pathway there. And so I think I'm going to, I'm going to, I want to try to do something. I don't know if I can do it or not, though. Is I want to just make little swirls. Something's telling me to do swirls. And so I'm just going to do some little swirls all the way down to give that a little decoration. Just a small swirl in there because it's wide enough that I can fit a swirl in there. And I'm going to just go all the way down there with the little swirls. And then I'm going to color it. I think I might use a blue colored pencil to color my two pathways here. My little swirls are looking like the uppercase G. That's okay. And these ones down here in the skinny part. I love having I'm using just my spiral bound, and I've got watercolor paper in this spiral bound book, but it doesn't matter what kind you have, it's just whatever. But I love having it on the turntable where I can just turn it. And I have this like rubber stuff on my turntable so that things stay put where I put them. It keeps things from sliding around. Okay, all my little swirlies aren't looking real swirly, but it's good enough for me. And I think I like that a lot. And so now I'm going to take, do I want to go with a darker green or should I stick with the blue? You know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a little darker green. I think I changed my mind midstream here. So maybe I'll use this green. Or maybe, oh, this one's a little bit darker here. Okay. Olive green. Olive, we're going to have you color this here, olive. And so I'm just going to color that green there. Zentangle and more. Zentangle on steroids. Zentangle plus. Gotta come up with a new, now that it's more than just Zentangle, it's Zentangle, etc. Something like that. But it still will be starting with a Zentangle. But it gives you, I'm giving myself permission to go further and further and further. Now I want to color outside of these ovals. And so I think what I'll do there is maybe I will go with a blue. And I'm going to go, you could go with the black if you're really into that black. Because black also really does make everything pop. The black. In fact, I might do my outside aura in black. And so these are so much fun that if you try one color and then you want to try another color, just do another one. Just keep going. Now see, I've already got ideas in my head that I want to do with just even this one right here. And oh my goodness. See how pretty that is with that purple? I mean purple, it's not purple. It's blue. I just love color. I love color. And like I say, I love doing the Zentangles in black and white too. And those are so nice and they're so rich looking. And if you just do it in the black and white and shade it in gray using just a charcoal pencil, those are pretty too. Of course they are. But and pencil, if you're doing colored pencil and you go over the whole thing, but then you kind of double over some parts of it where you want it shaded with the same colored pencil, by then you're getting a second layer of color pigment on there, and then you get that shaded look, which is beautiful, just beautiful. And then I think, yes, I want to go with, I'm going to find a broader tip. Okay, this is the brush tip, they call it. And I am going to go across this And I'm going to make the outside aura, I'm going to do that in black. I have also a wink of Stella in black. That would probably be real pretty, and the reason why it'd be, what the wink of Stella has glitter in it. It has a sparkle in it. But I'm just going to do this with a matte. This one, just black. And that will be really the only black that I have on here. I guess this is where a pause button would come in handy. If you could pause, I could pause this as I get this, because I'm taking up like time. But if you're working along with me, well, then you need that time anyway. But I don't have a pause button. If I do, I don't know where it is or how to use it. Oh, this is pretty. And then I'm going to use the same blue that I just used. Okay, I'm going to pause from this black. I'll do the other side of black in just a minute or three. I might not even finish that today on this. And now what I want to do is I'm going to take my blue Sharpie. That's pretty. And I'm going to go in all this space within the circle, and I'm going to make swirls. Blue swirls. I think I did this yesterday on what I was doing yesterday. I know I've done it. I don't remember if I did it on camera. And I'm going to fill this area in with circles, with swirls. And kind of having them kind of butt up to one another, but they can still be hidden under. If you get too close, like here, I'll go up to there, but then come back out, and so it's kind of hidden. And I'm giving my, a very light touch on my Sharpie pen, so I'm not getting it a real, it almost skips in places, which that is perfect. And so there, I have all of those in there. Then I'm going to take, I filled that in with those swirls. Oh, I look at my screen and I can't hardly see. Okay, I hope you can see. But now I'm going to take my colored pencil and I'm going to color that whole thing over. And see, I want to use a little bit lighter. See, it's almost the same color as the marker I just used, but the swirls still, I could have probably even used a little bit lighter of a blue than this. Do I have a lighter blue real handy here? Let's see, is that lighter? Let me try this one. And if I go from one blue to another, it's okay. It just looks like as I just shaded it, looks like I did it on purpose. Actually, this lighter blue, because that blue kind of, the other pencil kind of covered up my swirls almost completely. This one still lets them show and looks so pretty, so pretty. Yeah, I like that one a little bit better. And see, I can change my mind midstream and it's fine. And let's see. Then I want to show you this just in case you can't stay. I'm going to finish this, but just in case you can't stay for the whole video, what I want to do is now, because I've got this in a circle, I want to do what they call a flux, which is like a round leaf, just that round leaf. And I'm going to go all the way around my circle. I have a hard time keeping them at the same um, size. I tend to either go smaller or keep going smaller or keep going bigger. But the more I play with it, the more I practice, the better it'll get. But I'm doing the flux all the way around. And I'm really liking this going in the round, working in the circle, working in the circle. I love it. I just think it's so much fun because you can do the embellishments inside the circle and outside the circle, but still using that main Zentangle in the circle. There's so much you can do with the Zentangle, and doing your own, like the flux is a Zentangle pattern. The Henna Drum is a Zentangle. The, what did we just call that? Where did I write that down? It's the Erutat. That's a Zentangle. So you're taking the Zentangle and you are making your own art with it. You're taking the Zentangle pieces and putting together into your own art. By putting them in this circle like this, or you put them in a heart, or put them in a square, an oval, whatever. And so then in these, we can just put that letter I, this lowercase I, very lightly. One little line with a dot at the top, go inside of each one of your flock sleeves. I'm learning some of the, and remembering some of the names of the different Zentangle parts, but not all of them. I have to go back to my cheat sheet and remind myself of what they're called, because I do need reminders. But oh my gosh, just any kind of pen to paper is just to be able to come up with your artwork. And you know, and then I don't even, you know, sometimes I just draw something and I think, yeah, no. I just think, oh yeah, no. But lately I'm doing these and I'm loving what I'm coming up with. Okay, Papa. And so I'm going to, let's see here now. Which one? Where did I put that other? Oh, here it is. I'm going to continue with this. Oh, you know what I want to, okay, I'm going to do this, but then I want to show you something else too. It takes me a while because I keep thinking of something else that I want to do. And I think I'm kind of hurrying here, so I'm not doing the best I could. I think when I'm on camera, I do tend to try to rush because I don't want my videos to be so long, because I've learned that some people just, they'll look at the length of a video. If it's too long, then they say, no, I'm not going to watch that one, it's too long. So I want to try to get my ideas in the beginning of the videos anyway, so that if they do run a little bit long, that you can get the main idea at the beginning. But of course you can always pause and watch it later. But I do encouraging any kind of drawing that you can do, and doodling. Don't expect professional something that you would get taking a photograph. You don't expect more. Just expect, I mean, just don't expect a whole lot, and then when you get what you get, you say, oh my gosh, I just can't believe I did that myself. It's so pretty. I think a lot of people, when they first start drawing, they really expect perfection at the very beginning, and then it's not perfect, and then they just want to stop right then, and you get discouraged. And so don't get discouraged. And if you go to Johanna's channel, oh my gosh, I think you will absolutely love her and love how she describes how to do the little images that she does. They're perfect. They're just beautiful. And see there, now I got that done. I want to show you too, because I'm going to color the flux around. I'm going to color this other half blue, but then I want to do just a couple of dangles, because now I'm learning the dangles too, and I'm loving the dangles. So I'm going to put a little dangle here, and then maybe I'll put one here, And maybe I'll put one here. Maybe I'll put one inside of each flux just for a little while. And then they can be just different lengths. And when I do something like this with the round and then some dangles, it almost looks like a dream catcher. Oops. Dot. Okay, and then then maybe I'll just put a flower. You can put any shape you want at the end of your dangle. And so a flower, and this one I'll do a heart, and then I'll do another flower. Then I'll do a diamond, and then I'll do another flower. And then I'll do a heart, and then I'll do a moon, and then I'll do another flower. And then I'll do another heart. And then I'll do a oval or a leaf. And then I'll do a teardrop. And then I'll do another flower. And there's so many different kind of flowers. She shows how she makes them as well. And and then another heart. And so, and you can keep going up. I just go nuts. You could go all the way up here as far as they'll dangle. And just to have those dangles at the bottom. And then when you color them, but this is one page I was doing with her, how she did all these different flowers. I don't have them all colored, but the bluebells and this color, this one, and this kind of looks like tulips. Just, they're all daisy. They're just another kind of a little, but she makes them so simple. She makes, when you start doing them, they're just so simple. I think this was in lesson 2. And oh my word, girls and boys, and ladies and gents, they're perfect. They're beautiful. And so simple. I'm just so impressed with everything that I've learned, and she makes it so simple. And that anybody can do it, and you can do it. I know you can do it. I know everybody can do it, because it is just, they're just so pretty. They're just so simple to do. And so see, then you can go and color in these. Just give them all different colors. Just all different colors. And even now, if you let's make this pink heart over here too. I'm coloring these in with the smaller things. I think I like to color with a Sharpie, because then you just get a little bit of a it's brighter color, and because they're small too. So, but you can actually make you can go from the bottom of one and extend your line, and then put another shape, so you can go even further. Let's see, we'll get some yellow in here. Let's get a yellow flower. So, I mean, if you just keep going with this, you'll never get a thing done in your house. Dishes will be piled up for a week and a half because this is so, it's just mesmerizing or something. And who cares if your dishes pile up for a week and a half? Somebody will come by and do them for you. Just eat TV dinners. Throw that paper away. See, I want some orange. Where'd my orange one go? Here, I want to get me some orange in here. I like orange. Can't be without orange. Let's put that orange. Let's make this flower orange. And so anybody who says, I can't draw, you are telling yourself a lie. A printed lie. Don't do that. Don't be lying to yourself. You can put some little, like just a little X here and there on some of the cords going down, and it gives it kind of a little sparkle. Just a few. And then I'm going to go again with my blue. Now I'm just going to copy what I did over here on this side so that this side will match the other side. So I'm putting my spirals in. And oh, I'm just telling you, I love doing this. This is something that is just so calming. And at this stage of the game for all of us, we need something, you know, rather than just to think about all of the woes of the country, of the world now. We need something to make our day brighter. And our day will be brighter when we art, when we do some art. And anything you do, if you color, just color a page in a coloring book, if you just pick up a pencil and paper and just doodle the simplest things, it is art. It is your art. That is letting the artist in you out, and everyone has art within them. A lot of people don't admit that or don't believe it, but you do have that artistic talent within you. I'm going to take a red. I'm going to take my red marker. I think what I want to do is I want to just kind of go with my marker inside, just a little bit in here, just to help that pop a little bit, and just kind of outline it just a bit. Do I want to, maybe I want to outline the whole thing. Just kind of, well, I'm inlining actually because I'm staying inside of the original. So I'm just kind of doing an inline. And yeah, I like that. That kind of makes that pop just a little bit more. The more I had seen it as I was doing other, and that's what'll happen, you know, you'll say that I like that, but it needs a little something. And so that's what I saw in that in this as I was going on other parts. Now, another thing you can do, I won't do that right now, but you can, if you take a blending stump with your pencils and a little baby oil, and you kind of blend over the whole thing with the with just a tad of baby oil on the blending stump, and you get such a you get such a different look again, where it looks very um, very much almost like a watercoloring. It really blends it well, and I might blend this whole thing with baby oil and see what it does. Just the tiniest bit of baby oil on the Q-tip or a blending stump. Now I'm going around and I'm doing my flux in color, but I'm going to alternate colors. But I'm not going exactly alternating. I'm just going to alternate the colors, but I'm going to, some are every other one and every other fourth one or every other 19th one, whatever. And this is something, when you're doing something like this, just take your time, and if you need a break to go get a cup of tea or something, then go ahead and do that, whatever floats your boat. You know, we want your boat to float. Okay, then now I'm going to get another green, a different color green, and then I'm going to go and do some of them. Ooh, I won't do many with these because this is real dark. This kind of, I just don't want a lot of real dark. This is real dark, so I won't do too many of them. But I will make it kind of even, you know, so it's weighted the same around. Actually, the real dark one probably is not bad as long as it's not too much. And that's my opinion. See, somebody else might think just the opposite. Okay, so I get that color green. Then this one here is still another color green. That's nice. And then I think I want to go also with some yellow. I'll make some of them yellow. And for those of us who love to do journaling with pockets and tags, if you do some of these kind of this kind of artwork on your tags, then oh, what a beautiful touch. I think most journalists, those who are journaling, you know, making their journals, I think most of them do glue things on or stamp an image on, and on their tags. But if you actually draw something in your own hand, your own art, I think that makes something so memorable, and it just, I just love it. I don't know how to say, but I just think it's just more personable, especially if you're making a journal to give as a gift, then having your art in it, it makes a big difference. You see, I'm finishing up all of these extra ones that I didn't do. I'm doing them all in yellow because I'm liking how that yellow kind of gives it some more little brightness. There, do I got them all? Nope, don't have this one. And so that, look at how pretty that edge is now around that circle. That edge around that circle is beautiful. And my camera keeps a jiggling. Um, and and then, I mean, you can go even around the outside edge of the paper. Then I might could put a sunflower right here, or anywhere. You can finish coloring it. You can do anything with it. But then that all started here with that thing I can't never remember. It's called Erutats, Erutats. And like I say, it's stature spelled backwards, Stature, if you spell it backwards. So, but then they call it Erutats. And I watched the Tireless Tangler. Um, I watched the Tireless Tangler, and that's how I learned how to do it after it was suggested by Evany. And I do love this. I'm going to use this for so many different things. There's so many different things you can put inside. So the inside is all up, it's all about you, what you decide to do on the inside. The Erutats is actually just this outside part with the swirl and the leaves. Everything else you make your own, and I encourage you to do this. And then this girl that did this girl here, Johanna Basford, she's also got a book. These are two coloring books that I have that she did. And she's also got a book that teaches, and I have to admit I ordered it. It's going to be here today. I know it. My house looks like a library. People walk in here. Between my husband and myself, we are book crazy. We love books. And I love books. I love the feeling of books. Books just are something I love. But like this one here, I colored. And as a long time ago, I colored this. But now I'm looking at these things, and I'm looking at each part of each one of these things that I've colored, and I said, you know what? I could draw them. I never thought that before. I never thought before that maybe I could draw them. But now that I've been watching Johanna, the author of this book, I know that I can. I can do it. I can make these flowers. These flowers are exactly what she is teaching in her class as to how to draw these flowers. This is what she's teaching. Her name is Johanna Basford. But I'm going to put a link below this video to well, I'll put it to lesson one. I'll put a link to lesson one, and then you can go from that. You'll be able to find all of them. But oh my gosh, you will love what you learn from there. And I would love to see, also, draw me some images, post them on Liz Scrap and Liz Unicorns so that I can see them. And, and yes. Okay, I'm gonna read you how long have we been on here? Over an hour. Oh, good grief, Elizabeth Marie. Okay. Let's see. Help create. Okay, here is I help create a world where we are safe to love each other. And this book is Heart Thoughts, A Treasury of Inner Wisdom by Louise Hay. Okay, so I'm going to read from this book, and okay, get a little, all right. We can help create a world where it is safe for us to love each other, where we can be loved and accepted exactly as we are. It is something we all wanted when we were children, to be loved and accepted exactly as we were. Not when we got taller or brighter or prettier. or more like our cousin or sister or neighbor across the way, but be loved and accepted exactly as we were. We grow up and want the same, to be loved and accepted exactly as we are right here and right now. But we are not going to get it from other people unless we can give it to ourselves first. When we can love ourselves, it becomes easier for us to love other people. When we love ourselves, we don't hurt ourselves and we don't hurt other people. We let go of all prejudices and beliefs about one group or another not being good enough. When we realize how incredibly beautiful we all are, we have the answer to world peace, a world where it is safe for us to love each other. And that is so good for the way of our world right now. I mean, it's a very good. This is very good. I help create a world where we are safe to love each other. Those are our heart thoughts for today, a treasury of inner wisdom. And I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make. And I will see you on the next video. God bless.